I'm Martha Gallagher, and I'm delighted to welcome you to another 6 Songs and Some Stories virtual concert. It's May, and we're going to be celebrating May. We'll celebrate May Day, flowers blooming, spring, Mother's Day, and the merry, merry month of May, and more. I'm delighted that you're here, so settle in with your human, your canine, your feline friends. Grab a glassa or a cuppa, get comfy, and enjoy the music and stories. One thing that I've done in live concerts for many, many, many years is to begin each concert with a prayer for the music. So I'd like to do that tonight. May the music touch the spirit that hears it. May the music heal the soul that feels it. Let the darkness flee before the music. May the music fill the heart with joy, compassion, and love. May the music touch the spirit that hears it. May the music heal the soul that feels it. Let the darkness flee before the music. May the music fill the heart with joy. With joy. May the music touch the spirit that hears it. May the music heal the soul that feels it. Let the darkness flee before the music. May the music fill the heart with joy. Joy and compassion. May the music touch the spirit that feels it. May the music heal the soul that hears it. Let the darkness flee before the music. May the music fill the heart with joy, compassion, and love. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of the music I write is inspired. I'd say most of the music I write is inspired by things that happen in my daily life. So a lot of songs about nature. I live here in the Adirondack Mountains of New York State, and I am surrounded by beautiful nature, mountains, rivers, lakes, forests, just love it. So a lot of music about that and some people. And this next piece is indeed about a place and a person who created that space. Many years ago, I was driving from my home in the valley up to Lake Placid, so across the mountains there a bit, and I was not in a good mood. I was really feeling pretty blue. And as I drove, I just happened to, at this time, out of the corner of my eye, see this bright patch and realized it was a garden. And I'm sure it had been there, and I'd driven by it many times, but that time I noticed it. And it was so beautiful. And one point in the future, I stopped and I met the woman whose garden it was. Her name is Mrs. Marshall. And so I wrote this song. I call it Mrs. Marshall's Garden, Roadside Magic. One day when I was feeling quite down, I had to make a quick trip into town. It was the last thing I wanted to do, feeling as I did so blue. I got in the car and I started to drive, not paying attention for much of the ride. But then I was brought back to the here and now by a touch of the roadside magic. A patch of wild colors caught my eye. The brightness took me by surprise. For a brief moment I was hypnotized by a touch of the roadside magic. I laughed out loud, no more feeling blue. My heart with a lightness up and flew amongst the profusion of flowers that grew in Mrs. Marshall's garden. Over the years the garden grew, 3 seasons of colors, red, yellow, and blue, white, purple, and orange, and fuchsia too, ballooned in this roadside garden. Upon a stump sat a little stone house, the home for the elves, or maybe a mouse. A pool for the birds to come down and bathe in graced this roadside garden. One day last summer as I drove by, a woman out working caught my eye. She moved amongst the flowers so fair, tending her roadside garden. Mrs. Marshall shared with me a touch of her roadside garden beauty, casting a spell that spread far and wide. A touch of the roadside magic in Mrs. Marshall's garden. A touch of the roadside magic grows in Mrs. Marshall's garden. Oh, isn't that a happy tune? Happy song. I love that. And I did meet Mrs. Marshall, I say, and after I wrote the piece and I recorded it, it's on my Adirondacks CD, I printed out the lyrics and I took them to her home, and she happened to have some family visiting, so it was a lovely time of gathering. And I shared with her, I gave her the CD, I gave her the lyrics that I had signed, and she thought, oh, this is so wonderful. And you know, when my son lives right down the road here, and he's quite the gardener as well, and when President Clinton came to visit the Adirondacks, he went to my son's garden, and my son's been kind of lording that over me ever since. But now, I've got a song about my garden, recorded with lyrics autographed by the composer. And all that from a beautiful patch of roadside magic. I grew up with music in the family home. My dad had been in a jazz band when he was growing up and loved sharing that, 30s, 40s, 50s jazz with me and records. My mom loved playing the piano and had a beautiful second-hand medium grand piano in our living room. So there was a lot of music going on, and I liked to sing at every opportunity. Well, my mom thought at one point when I was a kid that it'd be a great idea for me to take piano lessons. Now, truly, it was a great idea. I learned so much, which I actually didn't realize until I was an adult, and all of that theory and fingering and everything kind of came with me, even though I didn't spend a lot of time playing the piano. But what I will say is that poor piano teacher I had, bless her soul, I must have tortured her so. I really hated practicing in the disciplined way in which I was supposed to. I loved noodling. So I would often arrive at my lesson very poorly prepared. And she would look at me and say, "Martha, did you practice?" And I would simply lie and say, "Oh, yes, I did." Oh, that poor woman. Nonetheless. So I thought I'd mix a little history and music together here. As I said, my mom had this beautiful second-hand, medium grand Chickering piano in our living room. And she would play when she could. I had two brothers, and the three of us were pretty active, so when we were little, it wasn't so much in the daytime that she played, but often at night when we had gone to bed, and I loved to listen. She played her heart's delight, her frustrations, her dreams, her sacrifices. She played her songs of life, and I could listen forever. As a kid, I didn't realize that she wasn't playing just music, if there actually is any such thing as just music. It was magic to me, and I would hear it. She was playing her heart. Yes. Late at night, as I lay in my bed, I'd hear the music wafting up from downstairs, and I'd get out of bed and I'd sit on my rump and slide down the stairs as quietly as I could so I could get close as she played her heart's delight, her frustrations, her dreams, her sacrifices. She played her songs of life, and I could listen forever. When she played her piano, something happened inside me. The music, it filled my soul. I was a kid, but I knew magic. It took me to places that I'd never been, never dreamed I could go. And when she played, especially this piece of music, my favorite place to be was to lie on the floor underneath that piano, looking up at the bottom side of it. Oh, boom, and the music would thunder. Yes, I could feel it through my body to the floor, to the earth, and back up to the heavens. La-dee-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, what a gift my mother gave me. She gave me her love, she gave me life, she gave me the gift of music, which I continue to open, enjoy, and share every day. She played her heart's delight, her frustrations, her dreams, her sacrifices. She played her songs of life, and I could listen forever. The piano's in my home now, but I always hear her play. Her music plays on in my heart. Her music plays on in my heart. Forever plays on in my heart. Thank you. I know many of you know my piece called First Class, and the core of it is based on a saying from my Vermont Yankee grandmother. Use it up, wear it out. Make it do or do without. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with this next song. It's actually one that was recorded for my Songs from the Stones collection of music. And I can't replicate how beautifully it came out live because it takes multiple tracks of harp. And it's such a beautiful piece that I want to share it with you. So I'm upcycling today. And I love collecting the beautiful images that you will get to enjoy while you're hearing this beautiful piece, The Ash Grove. I hope you enjoyed that. I had a ball in the studio creating that because I had kind of worked through the different harp parts that I would play, but there was always that element of improvisation, partly because in the moment things just spark, and also because I tend to forget what I was supposed to play. So I loved how that came out, and I hope you did too. There's all kinds of wonderful music celebrating May, celebrating spring, celebrating the beautiful earth and the outdoors. And this is one of those. I'm sure I learned this back when I was in Girl Scouts, and I just love singing it. And you probably will know this piece. And I'm going to take advantage of a little technology just to see if we can make it even more fun here in this virtual realm. So I hope you'll feel free to sing along as we get going. I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the fireside, I love the rolling hills, I love the fireside, when all the lights are low, I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the mountains, I love the daffodils, I love the fireside, when all the lights are low, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada. flowers. I love the daffodils. I love the flowers. I love the daffodils. I love the firesides. When all the lights are low, I love the fireside. When all the lights are low, I love the flowers. I love the daffodils. I love the mountains. I love the rolling hills. I love the fireside. When all the lights are low, I love the fireside. When all the lights are low, boom diada 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 boom diada. I hope you had fun with that, and I hope you were singing along. It's good to do that, even, or maybe especially, when no one's listening. During this COVID quarantine time, I've had a lot of opportunity to review recordings, both audio and video, that I've done over the years. And as you know, if you were here for last month's concert, I shared a clip from a concert in 2014 at the beautiful Amazing Grace Winery near Plattsburgh, New York. And I found another piece from that concert that I would love to share with you. Just imagine when you see the scene, it's the sun is getting low in the sky, it's this beautiful golden glow that's touching the people and myself and the harp. And it's a beautiful evening outdoors. Yes, you can hear the Oh, hello. Yes, you can hear the road traffic going by, but it's not that invasive. So really, if you were at a live concert, that's exactly what you'd hear, and you might not even notice it. And the improvisational nature, I think, really comes across in this piece. And I've often thought that really, I probably should take the lyrics of my songs and put them in a book, because then that book would be a book of poetry. Adirondacks, I hear you calling. From the mountains, across the lakes, through the pines, in rivers running, in snowflakes falling. Adirondacks, I hear you call, and I come. Adirondacks, I hear you calling, in the loon's cry across the lake in the morn, in whitetails running, in coyotes howling, hawks circling above me. Adirondacks, I hear you call, and I come. Adirondacks, I hear you calling. From the mountains, across the lakes, through the pines, in whitetails running, in coyotes howling, hawks circling above me. Adirondacks, I hear you call, and I come. Adirondack, I hear you calling. And the loons cry across the lake. In the morning, in whitetails running, kite, hawks circling above me. Adirondacks, I hear you call. I come. I think I'm safe in saying that we have all missed gathering and attending live events. Virtual has been a lot of fun. We could attend the concerts in our jammies, but I know that just that being together is so important. We as humans, I think, truly are herd creatures, like goats and sheep. So being together really is important. One of the things that I have missed, in addition to the audience interaction with myself in live performance, but being able to play with other musicians. So I thought tonight I would bring in one of my favorite people to work with, Brian Mellick, percussionist extraordinaire, the Energizer Bunny of percussion. But he's going to be joining virtually. So while he's not here in person, I know in spirit he is with us, and I so look forward to being able to play with him again. And I'm going to share his website with you in case you want to check him out, because he's amazing and he plays with all kinds of different people and does wonderful educational programs. The website is uduboy.com. And the udu is one of the drums that is one of his signature drums that he plays. So it's uduboy.com. A recording of Brian Mellick, a piece called Udu Trance, and a piece that I've been doing for quite a while. So I hope you'll enjoy this song of love for the earth and for spirit. You can get up and dance if you want. Thank you, Brian, for this beautiful groove. the joy of fear and I, of the heart and mind's delight, for the mystic harmony, linking sound to sight, creator of all, to thee we raise this our song of grateful praise. For the beauty of the earth, for the glory, glory of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Oh yeah. Creator of all, to thee we raise this our song of grateful praise. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that exploration. You know, that's part of being an artist, a musician or a visual artist or a literary artist, is that we're constantly exploring and trying new things and then seeing, you know, how does that work? Does it work? And so I thank you for being on that little exploration with me. Before we finish up tonight, because I've got another piece of music for you, I want to say thank you for coming. It's always a delight to have you here with me for this 6 songs and some stories concerts. And I wanted to let you know that I think next month, June, may be our last one for a break over the summer, and we'll be back in the fall. But if you're on our email list, which you probably are, you'll get that information. And it's going to be a very special concert on June 13th. Dennis and I will be celebrating our 35th wedding anniversary. So we're putting together a special concert of harp and guitar and who knows what for that celebration. So we hope you'll join us. Bring a glass of champagne, because I think that's what we're going to do, and celebrate many years of love and growth and music and connection with us. I am always delighted to make these concerts available free of charge so that anyone, no matter what their financial situation is right now, and they're tough for a lot of folks, I know. This is one of the ways we are able to keep afloat ourselves. So I love that we can make this free of charge, but contributions are joyfully accepted. And you can still do that if you'd like to on my website, adkharper.com. And we thank you very much for any and all contributions, including your joyful spirit that you bring to the concert. So thank you. I'm going to wrap up with a piece from my Just a Moment music selections. Many of you know of this series. It's an online series. It's 1-minute wellness music. So each day the music changes and it's just 1 minute of music, so that even when you're really busy, you can listen to that, chill, reset, and know it's only going to be a minute, so you don't have to worry about taking too much time to take care of yourself. Good heavens, don't do that. So I thank you very much. Be well. Happy Mother's Day. We did have My Mother's Piano as my Mother's Day song. Happy month of May, the merry, merry month of May. Happy spring. And we look forward to seeing you in June. Be well. Take care.